Do you have problems? I know I do. With watercolor though, and specifically landscapes. Today I thought it would be fun to share with you what I wish I had learned 5,000 hours earlier. Now I don't really know how many days of practice that is, but landscapes are tricky. We do a lot of flowers on this channel and it's time to do some landscapes. We're doing one today, but I wanted to share with you something that can help make it easier. And if you'd like to let go of perfectionism in your art through my watercolor exercises and mindfulness prompts, click the link below and I'll send you my free guide. All right, you know the drill. We're spraying down. I'm really excited to share some things with you guys today. If your palette's a little dirty or just the wrong color, you can go ahead and just wipe that down. And so today I want to show you the reference. The reference is actually one of my paintings. And so we're going to get to this today. I'm very excited about it. It's really a lot of fun. Now, the brushes I'm using today are these. I've got a 3/4 flat wash brush, and then I've got a number 8 round. This is from my collection that I used to have. And if you don't have a flat wash, just use a larger brush, like a 12 round or something. It's to apply the color either way, so it really doesn't matter what you use, but I like just the shapes that you get from the flat wash brush. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to wet down my brush and then my paper. And I want to also capture that perspective, but we're just going to start with putting some water on here. If you get, some drops like I did, that's okay. Just a nice line across the page. And then maybe just kind of flick, get some water on there. I went wider here and I started to go a little bit thinner. There's no perfect way to do this. So we're just going to do this again. Just kind of flick, get some water. And then we're just going to let the paint go. So grabbing some paint, I've got some sap green here. Really concentrated because we've got the water. It's going to dilute it and we're just going to start putting in some water. So just tap that color in, paint, not the water. And then we're just going to just kind of manipulate the paint, dabbing, letting things spread. The big idea is I want to have more surface area covered here as it gets smaller to show perspective or getting farther away. And so just start to kind of dab and let that paint spread and just see what happens. You can grab any other greens that you've got. And this is the fun part. I want to keep that line right here, but then we're just going to add in some different shades of green or different textures, different brush strokes. So just go across the page. You've got some wet parts and you've got some dry parts. Right now, it doesn't look like a lot. You can go ahead and dab outside of the waterline if you want. I like these angular moments here with a brush like this. So it looks like a big bush or something right now. We're going to keep adding to it. So I'm going to take off some of that paint and I'm just going to spread that paint around. Again, that perspective is important to me, so it's wider here. And as we get farther away in the distance, I'm getting a little thinner there. Okay, you can do the same thing over here. This is kind of this reflection right here where we're going to have some water down here, we're going to have some sky. But this is something to just practice letting go. I've got another shade of green here. This is a green gold. So I'm just going to pop some of that color in, maybe at the top, more for some lightness. But we're not going for a perfect water line or a perfect tree line here. We're just going for fun. I hope that's something that you can do. Just relax into this. We still have a ways to go, playing with that wet on wet, just seeing what we can make. All right, so at this point here, you can dry it and start with other elements, or you can even grab some more concentrated paint and really try to, as it's starting to dry and it's more just damp, trying to just make some darker sections come out. For example, right here, just we're going to start seeing kind of the idea of trees. And it's wet on wet, so it's a little bit difficult, right? But as it dries, it's going to be a little easier to keep achieving what we want to. All right, I'm just going to go through that line, you know, do that line again that we had before, just showing the line of the shore, but not worrying if it spreads. So we're going to just let that chill out. Cleaning my brush. I'm going to dry this, and then we'll come back and we'll start talking about those three things. Still with that big brush, we're going to start with the water. And I'm just going to grab the blue that's already on here. I added some water to it. It is not too light, not too dark. And I'm just going to start going back and forth with a light touch and just start filling in that water. And I'm not going to worry about going off the page or going up to the end of the page. We're just putting that color down and we're not stressing. I do like to use this really slow motion though. So we're getting some ripples, we're getting some white space showing through, some highlights on the water. And don't worry guys, take a breath, because I bet you part of this is stressing you out. You can always pause the video. You can always stop the video. You can always watch it on halftime, really slow. So as we're doing this, the first tip, the thing I wish I had known so long ago for my watercolor landscapes, is that values matter so much more than the color. So I could do this in purples, you know, like maybe purple trees and pink water and, you know, blue skies or black skies or whatever. But the value shift is important, and we'll show you that as we keep building up the painting. As you can see here, we've got the darker values. So value is the lightness and the darkness of a color. Darker values on the shadow side. Then we have some lighter values on the light side. So you can see this is an entire tree, and it's separate from this tree and this tree. And so that light, medium, and dark is going to be very important to be able to get that contrast, that depth. And sometimes your paints just don't do that. Maybe the paints just don't go dark enough, they're cheaper, and they won't give you that value shift. Or sometimes you're just afraid to go dark. Let's do our sky. I'm gonna just grab some of this turquoise. Maybe the turquoise could have been the water, whatever. But I'm gonna put this in, and we're just gonna see what happens. So I'm actually gonna play around with the water. Let's paint some water on here. I wasn't going to, but then I thought last minute, why not? So some water, and then we'll pop on some color. And you can see I'm just not being so exact on this painting. I'm just playing, just having fun. So grabbing this turquoise, just dabbing it in, seeing what happens, what spreads. But yes, values are incredibly important. So I'm just moving around, guys. I'm not holding to a specific outcome. Yes, I'd like it to look like the original because I liked the original and I wanted to show you that. But I'm also open to the fact that it's going to change because that's how I do it. I like to paint with my emotions and just kind of accept whatever comes out. But I'm teaching you how to do that, right? How to do the outcome that you're getting today. So it's a splotchy sky. I'm not worried too much about it. I like that there's white, there's a lot of water. We're going to get a lot of texture, and I think that's real pretty. So I'm going to let that sky hang out and sit there and do its thing. And then I'm going to take my number 8 round brush, and we're going to start just working on this tree line here and see what we can come up with. And I'm going to grab more green, so my sap green. I'm just going to make a little puddle here of green, sap, and then I want to do more of that dark. So this is just a sap, and then you take some dark blue and you add it in, and you have a nice contrast, the mid-tone, the medium, and the dark. And if I were to add water to these, you would have the light, but you've got the light there. And you can see where the water was playing and giving some texture. Got a little weird spot there, that's okay. So it's really kind of fun. And now I'm just gonna add a little water to this and just start dabbing on some paint for a little bit of texture. And don't worry too much about how it turns out. We're just playing. So the second thing to remind you of or teach you is that, you know, painting the big shapes first are what's important, not the details. And I would go beyond that and say, sometimes you just want to have mostly big shapes and no details. If you want to be more of a realistic painter, so I'm just blobbing this on. I'm really not thinking too much about it. If you want to be more realistic, then sure, you're going to spend a lot of time doing the details. But when you're more loose like me, you're going to do those big basic shapes. You want things to be recognizable, but you don't have to do all the details. In fact, you can just do part of the details. So I'm just going to put more water on my brush. Just kind of go around and just dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab. Just playing with that. I've got some water right here that's spreading the paint, and that's kind of fun. Grabbing some more of this and just going back and forth with my brush, adding a little bit extra paint. Working quickly, hopefully working without stress also. There's a lot happening here. We're wanting to put in, of course, the tree trunks as well. You don't want to do too much. I'm going to clean my brush and dab it on the paper towel now. And then what I want to do is actually take off some paint around the lighter side of the tree. So I'm just going to scrub my brush and take off some paint. Clean it, dab it, take off some paint. And that's just that highlight, to highlight one side of the tree. Or just have some contrast. Over here too, just a little bit. And this is just going up like that, which is fine. We're going to embrace it and just see where we go with this. More darkness here, that line. And then I'm going to take a clean damp brush and just spread it. Then take more of that dark and just dab that in on one side. And the other side, this is by no means a perfect painting. But remember, it doesn't have to be, right? Isn't that nice? It's relieving just to know that you can play with paint and see what happens. And if you feel nervous, just take a deep breath. Remind yourself this is just fun. This is practice. Let's put some dark in here too. Since our trees are creeping up this way, let's put some dark in. We still have a nice perspective. We still have this angle going towards this way. The shore is going that way. And if you want to, you can actually extend this to make it taller. And it's going to bleed into the clouds. And it's just going to get nice texture. And it's got that really beautiful bleedy look. So kind of, you know, misty. The texture is beautiful. And you can't control it, friends. Like, it's just doing what it wants to do. So we've got that going on. I'm gonna let this dry. Actually, let's put a little bit of something in the water, getting that value shift, right? I want to go a little bit darker. I'm actually going to grab some of that turquoise, which is real pretty. And instead of just going in like this, I'm actually going to dab to do water control to take off some of that extra paint. And we're just going to put in some contrast. It's mostly dry. A little bit of dry brushing here. Just a little bit of that turquoise, which is real pretty. And it's okay if it blends together here with the shore a little bit. All right, I'm going to let this dry. I love this. This reminds me of palm trees, how it's spreading. So let it dry and come back to it for some more details. Okie doke. So we've got our painting. It's just exploding everywhere and just having a great time. And we want to take a smaller brush. So you can use your 8 if you want to. You can use an even tinier brush, like for example, maybe a number 2. This is actually, I think it's called a 000 or something like that. So something really skinny to make just the trunks of the trees, and just giving you an example right here. Really thin little marks, just easy peasy, not too overthought at all. So I've got some brown here. I'm actually going to mix that up with my larger brush. This is a Vandyke brown. I'm just going to swirl my brush to grab some of that right here. And I want to put it on as concentrated as possible so you can really see it. It's going to be tiny. And let's see if this brush will do it. So what I want to do is just start putting in some tree trunks. Yeah, you can see that really good. And this is where we are doing some details, but we're not over detailing it. We're not going to do a ton. And this is going to actually give us more of that realism because everything is just really abstract and things are just going all over the place. But you don't have to go all detailed, and you also don't have to ignore details. I think that sometimes we think, well, you know, maybe we just want it to be so loose, so we just won't add in any detail. And I think that putting in these little bits here just brings it alive, and it makes it more of an interesting painting. So, a few details. Just, you know, kind of think about what you want to highlight and, you know, what you want to just let the imagination do. So I'm just getting, you know, smaller as we get down here. Now there's some big trees over there. I don't have to put in a whole bunch of things there if I don't want to, but I just like a little bit extra, a little extra. So what is my third thing? My third thing is not every tree has to be painted. So we're talking about landscapes, right? So there's a lot of trees here, and I could actually go in and define a lot of it, but I have to remind myself that I don't have to do that. And in fact, you know, I'm just putting in a certain amount of trunks and just leaving it there just to really hone in on that point. So I'm going to do a little bit more darkness. I really like the darkness, dab your brush, like a darkness under the tree. Maybe just dab it again because I want some dry brushing. Some little bit of, you know, shadow texture, whatnot. And that tree line to me is really pretty. And maybe the rest of the trees, you know, what we say are trees, maybe they're mountains. It's kind of reminding me of Hawaii, a tropical island somewhere. And you're just getting those vibes of palm trees. So I'm dabbing a little bit more, using the belly of the brush almost flat against the paper, and just spreading out that color a little bit. And I'm really tempted to add in more here. I almost want to just say, you know, walk away, but I am tempted. So I'm going to do a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with that. Just a little bit of some darkness. So I'm getting texture by doing some dabbing. Let's dab that brush. A little texture here. A little bit over here. And this one, actually, I think I don't want it to have the texture, so I think I'm going to take that away. How will I take it away? You'll see. And friends, if you are enjoying this video, please give it a like. Please subscribe to the channel. And, you know, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts here. I'm just painting away, having such a great time, cleaning my brush, dabbing it. I'm just going to blend that in. So it's really light. And so I love your feedback. Love to hear from you guys. I usually do florals on this channel, but I thought it was time for a landscape. I just think they're such great fun, and we get scared of them, but we don't have to. I'm just blending that in with the clean, damp brush. Dab, dab, dab. And don't forget, you can slow it down if it's too fast. Because I do paint fast, friends. Helps me not overthink, and so there's a reason behind all of that for me, and then it just becomes, you know, kind of that second nature thing. All right, friends, I'm going to leave it how it is, even though I'm tempted to do more things. But happy painting, friends. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and I hope you enjoyed. I want you guys to vote. Do you want more landscapes on the channel? Let me know in the comments what you thought. I might have a few more show up if this is something that you're interested in. Happy painting, friends. Happy mental health. Thank you for being here, for your support, for your happy attitude. Happy painting, happy mental health. Mwah. See you next time.